update to let you know what's going on with my animations. Okay, so about what's going on with the animations is, well, first of all, I want to share you guys what's going on with my. Okay, so the problem here is simply because, well, this is my laptop. This is old. My laptop is old, and he's responsible for uh, basically anything that I do for you guys to watch. MMD animation, digital artwork, like everything. So what's going on with my laptop? Okay, the problem is it has been crashing a lot, like a awful lot. And that's the reason why I haven't been able to do animations at all. Because each time I try to go ahead and do something about it, well, guess what? It crashes. And if I don't save my progress, I lose the entire thing altogether. And yes, it is. Welcome, Cameron. And this is the reason why I can't do animations ASAP. How do you make animations on this laptop? Well, I do using a program called Miku Miku Dance. Um, and well, this laptop has been like my only way to get something to work on. So, what I'm going to do right now is basically doing digital artwork, doing commissions for people to basically help me out to get some money in order to get a proper computer. In this case, a desktop. Why? Because, well, if you guys didn't see, let me show you again. My laptop is cracking. It's getting old and it's cracking. And this is a sign that it won't hold on much longer. As you can see, I've been using this for a long time. So no wonder why it looks so used. By the way, I use this to cool down my laptop. Otherwise, the crashing would have been much often because again, um, my laptop's memory, the memory itself, is, trust me, it's really poor. You won't believe that all the animations that I've did so far on YouTube was all done with this laptop right over here, and his RAM is just 8 GB. To be honest, 8 GB for a 3D animation is a joke because no computer can stand that that much of data with just a laptop who has only 8 GB of RAM. So yeah, okay. I did, and yes, I'm going to look at that, Cameron. But again, I had to do this quick update just to let you guys know what's going on. Because again, I know that I wanted to get the animations done ASAP, but uh, I can't. I can't. And the only way for me to do animations, well, first I need to do commissions. I need to raise money because what I have already in the bank is not enough. The cash is not enough to get a new desktop. So, of course, if you don't have enough money to get a desktop, Well, you have to raise money. And how do you raise money? Well, first of all, I am unemployed. I lost my job um, back in October, and since then I've been hoping for my laptop to hold on. And thank you, Rex, for your understanding. But again, I'm doing digital animations, and I'll try my best to, whenever I can, to get into that, like to get back into 3D animation. But right now, I need to focus on commissions, and I need to focus a lot on digital art. Because at least, thank goodness, my laptop still works like that. And I want to do a stream on YouTube using my laptop, not about the game, because again, I use the tablet for that because despite the lag, I'm really sorry for the lag about that, but despite the lag, at least it works. As for my laptop, it's really hard. Why? Because whenever I'm doing streams right now on MMD, what happens is that my laptop crashes instantly during the stream. That's why the latest ones that I did with the laptop, if you do remember, it suddenly break, like the stream stopped all of the sudden, and you guys thought that the stream was over. And then people were saying, "Hey, what's going on? What happened?" And that was during the stream I was doing with my laptop. What happened is what I said. It crashed. My laptop um, is no longer usable for 3D animations. And I'm really sorry to say this, but anyways, I have to be honest with you guys because I don't I don't like to lie to anyone. I don't like to lie to my followers, to my supporters, and to those people who have been so excited doing with these animations. Thank goodness that I still managed to save most of the content on the animation that I was working on with Alexis and with others. But I fear that the moment I start to do some progress on those animations, and I fail to save the progress by a crash, I don't think I can handle that. I mean, it's too risky. It's too risky, and my laptop right now is like extremely vulnerable to crash. That's why I try my best not to do streams with my laptop when it comes to MMD animations. So yeah, for that I am really sorry about that. Really sorry about that. So what can I do to overcome this? Like, am I able to do streams with my laptop? Um, yes, I am. Good, right? Good. But the streams I'm going to do on my laptop are not going to be MMD animations. If I do that, then I risk myself to lose everything that I did so far. And if it comes to a new animation, that new animation can be just gone. Like it can vanish like it was never made. Back in the day, like before, sure, the laptop just used to crash like once in a while, but no, not now. Now it has been crashing like twice or three times a day. So yeah, and I'm not using MMD. That's because whenever I do streams on YouTube or seeing someone streaming with a lot of people there and using my laptop begins to lag. Yeah, my laptop begins to lag. And then what happens is that it begins to make us a really, really annoying noise. Like, those kind of noise, and then the blue screen. That's exactly what happens with my laptop. So yeah, this is my laptop, and imagine myself. I'm typing down here, and of course it's going to show the screen here. Like everything is okay. Like everything seems to be okay right now. Look at it. Yeah, everything is okay. But then if I go for something there, boom. Can you not get a new one? Yes, I cannot get a new one at the time, Dino King. And thank you for joining. I hope you're safe, and I hope you're okay there. Like at least for the best of health and everything. But thank you for joining. And yes, yes, don't do MMD. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm really sorry for all the people who are excited about MMD and everything, but again, I can't. I can't. I mean, look at the state of my laptop. Look at the state of my laptop. I mean, look at this. This is not. This is something serious. We're talking about my only way of working with MMD. This is my laptop, and as you can see, look at this. My mouse. This is my laptop mouse. I cannot use it anymore. That's why I use this one, and I use this one, but the wheel no longer works. No longer works. So I can still use the mouse, but I won't be able to use the wheel. And I cannot turn off this, otherwise my laptop is going to crash because the cooldown system somehow is damaged. And not just that, but it also has some chips here. Like it has some signs of damage. So yeah, with this, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot do MMD animations. And I cannot do streams with MMD. And I cannot lie you guys about this because I've been a wonderful supporter for you guys to share up and all, because I really want you guys to be happy, because that's the most important about the channel I created, to bring happiness to others. That's my objective. Always has been, and it's not about fame. It's about making others happy. It always has been like that for me. But with my laptop at this state, I'm left with only doing digital artwork, whether I like it or not. So I'm really sorry for the people who were hoping to see the next part of Alexis, but with my laptop at this state, and the risk of my laptop, which is my only way to do MMD, get crushed and having damage that can be like unrepairable. If my laptop becomes unrepairable, I won't be able to use it to do anything else. Like, I won't be able to do anything like commissions or even animations. I won't be able to go for YouTube and reply to you guys. It's gonna cut everything out. Um, I mean, Dino. I mean, it's awesome for you to do that, but again, we're talking about different countries. I'm sorry, Dino. I'm really sorry. I understand you guys, but we're talking about different countries here, and the country like Portugal here, equipment do tend to get a bit too expensive. Do I have enough money in the bank to buy a laptop? Yes, I do. Do I have enough to get a desktop? No, I don't. Do I need a desktop for this job? Yes, I do. Why? Because if I go for it for a cheap laptop, then what can I do? I mean, I'm okay. Sure, I'll be able to talk with you guys with a new laptop. Sure thing. Awesome. Yeah, but then I failed to do another part of what you guys love to see: streams with the MMD animation and stuff, because that makes me feel happy. That makes you guys feel happy. And we are all happy about it. But with just a laptop, nah, because we're talking about a lot of data. And 3D animation is not something for a notebook, like those notebook laptops, because they are very cheap, yes, but they are not strong enough to hold on a lot of data. And Mic Dance is one of the programs that basically works with a lot of data. I mean, I'm not talking about excuse me, I'm not talking about the data used on the model or used on the stage. That is cheap. That is easy and doesn't hold much. Um, but the file gets a lot heavier when you're recording what you do, like the movements, everything that you do on one animation. As you convert that, it takes a lot. Like for example, yes, yes, Dino, yes, and I do want to say that, but again, but that's only a good hiatus, but only for MMD. Because thank goodness, if I want to go for streams on digital, like Digital Arc, I'm capable of doing that. And if you guys want to see my skills, I can do that. I can plan on streams like that. And yes, I can get some like arrange some money doing those streams, showing you guys my skills, and be able to do my commissions and showing how I do stuff there. Yes, until I get enough money to get the equipment that I need to get back into those lovely animations. Um, yes, but for me, it's not about getting a good break, Dino, because honestly, I've been doing that a lot with MMD. See, so for digital artworks, like digital drawings, I can try doing that, and it's totally fine as long as my laptop does not crash. But that's extremely rare for that to happen. Um, Although when it comes to MMD animations, unfortunately, Dino, that's not the case. Because again, I'm working with a lot of data. Do you remember about the little Miku? If you guys saw one of the animations that I was working on, I did a stream, and you guys saw how the program was lagging during the stream. That's not usual at all. But it began to be much worse than that. Nowadays, if I go for a good animation, first it lags, then a second, like 5 minutes after that, it crashed. Blue screen with that sound, turns back down, like turns off the laptop and restarts the system. With the Mic Dance, if that happens, if you don't save the file is forever gone. The file is forever gone. This means that any animation that I do with MMD, if I don't save right away, it won't have a backup at all. That's that's actually one of the darkest things that this program has when it comes to save your animation content. Okay, so yes, Rex, but again, you can look at the streams that I did on the list of the videos. But if you look at it, you'll notice, and I feel really sad about this. But again, I have to at least spare my laptop from the MMD animations. I don't have another equipment that can do such thing. I have my tablet, but my tablet is unable to do 3D animations. I have my phone, but my phone again too small to work on 3D animations. But I mean, when it comes to 3D animations, if I go for my laptop, it's no use now. So yeah, I'm here to announce that I'm going for a hiatus on MMD, but I want you guys to know that I'm still trying to get back into business. And if you guys want, I can do a stream on my laptop, but it's not going to be about MMD. For the greatest sadness for me and for you all, because I know you guys love so much MMD animations. I know, and I feel sad about that. But again, I cannot risk myself to lose the only equipment that I have that not only has like all the stuff, all the old stuff, like every single bit of animation that I've done on the channel is here, like in this ancient laptop. So, like, if this if this big guy goes down, it goes down with a lot of stuff there. So yeah, thank you so much for the share ups. So um, what can I share with you using my phone? Is what I'm doing right now. So I hope you guys can see it. Okay, so I opened my program, the Paint.net, and here it is. This is another artwork that I'm working on, and this one is a commission. Again, nowadays I'm doing commissions, and whenever I work with this program, thankfully the laptop does not crashes. It is and looks good. Yes, it does, Cameron. It does. But again, you guys love MND animations, and I truly understand. But while I'm working on this, my laptop does not crash. And honestly, if MMD crashes while doing this does not, then I prefer going straight ahead with this than to go straight ahead with MMD and risk myself to lose my laptop forever. It's a tough, it's a very tough decision. But again, I mean, I can plan out the stream and work on this picture here if you guys want. Because I mean, I don't mind doing streams like this. And I can and I can play some good. Good. I know I'm up for good jokes, but again, if you guys want if you guys want me to Rex, I understand. I thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. And Cameron, you're the best. Actually, you guys are the best. You all are the best. I mean, I've been saying this since the special stream, which made my channel reaching the mine, not longer mine, our channel, because it's not just mine. Everything, like every person who supports the channel becomes part of the channel. Okay, I am a content creator. Yes, I create stuff for the channel, but without all of you, with no exceptions, without all of you, this channel would never have existed. So if I'm doing something that I think is good for me, not just it's good for me, but it's good for you guys. Why? Because I'm still going to be able to create content for you guys to watch, for you guys to comment, for you guys to enjoy, because that's what I want is for you guys to enjoy as much as I do, because I always love to share my stuff with others. I always loved that since I was a kid, and that's what I do, and that's the sole purpose about the channel. And if I get that silver plate from YouTube, then I can promise you that if I do get that plate, I will be thanking each and every people supporting the channel until I get that plate. And once I get that plate, if I could place all the people who supported me inside that plate, I would do that. And welcome, Dragon Knight. Awesome. I hope you're okay. And yes, I know I'm ready. Go for it. Sure thing, Cameron. I mean, I'm up for it. Like honestly, I decided to take your time because again, during that stream on the game, I was focusing on the game, but I love these updates because again, allows me to tell what's going on with me, but also allows you people to talk with me, talking with with the creator of the contents. That's what I love because again, this is really awesome. Okay, what's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? Okay, so hippo has four legs, and zip, like like the zip from the club, from the coat. The zip from the coat, like this. My coat has a zip. You see, this is a zip. Zippo. Ah. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I answered correctly in Dino, but I think I think this one was good. Oh man. Well, best. Oh man, best wishes for you, Dragon Knight. But hey, I understand you. Okay. Best wishes for your health, and I really thank you for to. I really appreciate, man. I love when people thank me for doing my videos and how my videos help people, even physically or mentally disabled. I understand because I too have my disables. Like I do have my own disabilities, but again, I embrace them. But as a person myself, not as a YouTuber, as a person myself, I feel most grateful. I prefer a million times people thanking me for doing content that makes them feel better than to receive any kind of reward from YouTube. Honestly, that's why I say if I receive that silver plate, which is the next milestone, which is like 100,000 subscribers on my channel. If I do get that, if this channel gets that, then I can tell you that that plate is no longer mine, but all of us. All of us. So, yeah. And let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. No, 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 Cameron. You're. Oh, no. Oh no, you made me thinking of that music again. All the way, rocking Victory Town, all the way. Oh no, not again. Oh, not again. No, Cameron, why did you have to? Oh no. Um, I understand, Dragon, and honestly, I do have someone. I do meet someone. No, I meet and I know someone because he's a good friend of mine. Um, and oh, you're welcome, Dragon. You're welcome. But again, what I do is for people like you and the others to feel better because this is what I like to show. I like to show that giants are able of being just as sweetheart as any human being can. And they look like human as well. So yeah. Okay. Um. Indeed. 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 Dino, I support you. With that, support you, man. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to say. Dino, good point. Good point. Because again, being disabled doesn't mean you can't enjoy at all. Yes, but it's not just gorgeous. They're kind, and they're actually funny, and they're not like heartless, but they're also not dumb. Hmm. Good question, Dino. Good question. Um, I wonder what he has. What would be his favorite? But you know what? I know a lot of people love as giants in my YouTube channel. Uh, Alexis, that's the star of the channel. Yes, but you know, even superheroes do have their own problems. Like for example, Alexis has a problem, and what is that? It's because whenever she's not super huge, she's kind of short. And boy, you saw just as much as you did that she doesn't like for anyone to be so rude to her. Otherwise, well, you're in for a very large size of her. um, I mean, that's because that despite her being a giant, first of all, she's a human. She has a heart. Second, she's not heartless. She cares about people. Third, she does not kill people. She feels upset, yes, but she's not like she's not capable of causing harm to others. She's not capable of that. And honestly, any person from my idea, any person with the right mind would not use such powers to cause harm to others. Even though there are some people who are crazy enough to try that, but oh well. That's their idea. It's not mine, however. Also, sorry about that. I was about to lose control of my phone. And yes, I mean Cameron. Oh, what's Cameron's favorite? That's Miku. Oh, for sure. That's Miku. Oh, and even better, little Miku. I know. You like her. I know. I know. Um, and I mean, they're really adorable, but hey, they are just fictional characters. It's just kind of weird. How can people say that I'm doing stuff that are underage when in fact those characters are like fictional? Like they don't exist. Like I mean, Miku exists, but it's exists as a fictional character. There is no realistic person like her, except some people who cosplay like her. But that's not the same. Like it's not like real. Um, sure. Look, Dino, I really like Neptune. Yes, I do. And Warren is kind of lovely, but Neptune all the way, all the way. And um, and I have to say, we all love certain characters, whether it's for their charisma, for their bravery, for their, you know, cuteness, clumsiness, maybe clumsiness, for some kind of tricksters. It depends. You see, it depends. But either way, the, despite we like those characters, does not mean that those characters are real. They're based on ideas from their own creators. For example, I created my Alexis, which is the star of my channel, for the simple purpose of people letting her know, being able to understand her, and being able to witness the various situations that comes before her, like situations when she has to stand up, situations that she feels like a bit nervous, situations that she ends up being friends with. For example, that animation of Azrael, the first time she saw it, she saw her, she was kind of afraid. She was very afraid because, well, Azrael was really large. So look at that. Someone being able to grow large is still afraid of others being large. That is something new. Why? Because before she's a giant, she's a human, and humans have fears and have virtues, and so does Alexis. I do want that because I know some people who have fears, and I try to. Who's Azrael? Azrael is one of my characters, and I did some animations about her, but that's in the past. Why don't I do animations about her more often? Well, you can thank the YouTube admins for that, and you can thank about the Copa. You know, those people saying you have to do content that is under mature content. Anything that is below 18 cuts off. And the problem with that model is because, well, Azrael is supposed to be a model for mature content because she only has a bikini wearing. She is a succubus, but completely different from the others. She's more kind. She does not use her powers for tricking other humans, and she learned how to be that good thanks to one of my characters that unfortunately I wasn't able to portray that on MMD because I don't know how to create certain models of my characters using that program. Otherwise, I would have done that and things would have been a lot better. But nevertheless, Azarel is an OC that I created. She's a demon. She's a succubus. She's a giant one, a very large one. And the first time you saw her was when I created that music, that video for uh, that shows her in the tower with Flores, and that was the special 3,000 subscribers. It's been a long time since then. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what you guys are seeing here. Yeah, and I understand, Dino. I hope you have a wonderful dinner. But again, I miss those days where my laptop was not crashing all the time, and I was doing a lot of animations back in the day because well, my laptop was new, and now it's kind of getting a little crappy, and that's the problem. So yeah, without my laptop, I cannot do anything, like anything at all. No digital artworks, nothing. By the way, you like giantess and cuties, right? Well, allow me to show you guys something with my laptop. I'm going to reveal you guys one of the characters that I did posted back in um back on YouTube, and I'm going to show you guys right away. This is uh this is one of my characters. I hope you guys can see it. Uh, Here she is. Bye bye, Dino. Okay, so who is this character? Her name is Melody. How big is she in this picture? Well, you guys are going to like to fall from your chairs. This cutie, as she sees here, if you look at it, she is a lot larger than she looks, and I mean a lot larger. If you look at this, it's a hill. So comparing to the size of the hill, she's much larger than the hill. Guess how big she is. And this character was created by me, although the artwork was created by none other than Genville, a very good friend of mine. So all credits goes to him on this artwork, of course. Although this is an artwork that I requested for him to do. Yeah, I mean, of course, you might remember him. Yes, yes. I mean, yes. She's almost the same size as the Pyrenees mountain. What's the Pyrenees Mountains? Maybe you may know, Cameron, because those mountains divide Spain from France. So, as a French, you may know the mountains, as I do. And let me tell you something. Those mountains, are nearly 11,000 feet tall. This means that this little girl here is nearly as tall as those mountains. Yes, that's right. She is portrayed in this picture with 10,000 feet tall. That is, according to Miles, almost 2 miles high. That's like 1.89 miles per, to be more accurate. So this is like um, how me and Janville managed to work on to somehow um, somehow get that size into the picture. And in here, it shows just that. So she may look big, yes, but that's because she's far and she's shown it as a full body. If she was really close, I tell you, she would easily tower an entire city. Why? Because, well, she is basically the same length as a Portuguese city. So you can just call her like a city sized girl. Because that is exactly the same height that shows here. So, ooh. So yeah, right now Genville is working on this for me, and this is Melody. It's going to have color. It's going to have some detail as well, um, and you guys are going to love to know her and to meet her. What is the relationship between Alexis, however? You guys are not gonna lie. You're not gonna believe, but this is like one of the memories from her, because this is when she was younger. Nowadays, she's like a teenager, around 16 years old. So this is like a memory, and the relationship is that she is one of the hounds of Alexis. Amazing. I see. Oh, it's okay, Cameron. It's okay. You know, I really like how you do those pictures and stuff, those movies. I really like them. But again, this is the picture, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't worry, I'm going to post this on the community section, so that you guys can have a better look on the picture. Because again, I'm just showing you with the screen, so it may not look like on the best of quality, but don't worry. Again, what me and him have been doing is just this. Like, we have been planning out some really cool pictures, and this one will be sadly the last, because again, I need to focus on my own stuff in order to raise some money and get the stuff that you guys want. I know. And you're talking about the community posts on you, or on your channel, or on my channel, Cameron? Because I know you have been talking about community posts, but I don't know if you actually were talking about my channel. Oh no, like the channel with my name, or your channel. Gay? Me? Hello, Brent. And honestly, I don't think. Okay, yeah. But honestly, that's a bad joke. I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you're being safe. That's all I'm saying. But honestly, you should stop calling that to people, because honestly, I don't like people calling me that name. Although I respect people who are gay. But anyways, that's only my way of thinking. But there. Uh, nah, it's okay, Cameron. It's okay. Um, okay, so wait a second. Okay, you said wait. You gotta use the money to take care of yourself. Ah, yes, you're talking about you're talking about the what's the word? You're talking about my laptop, right? Like I need to save money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There. Sorry, Rex, because again, with this new person being here, to which I thank you for being here, but honestly, I prefer a more polite way of entering. But again, I don't want to get into conflict here because that's not the purpose of doing here. This is just a quality time. um, for all of you, of course, not just for me, because I'm not selfish. I never was, and I'll never be. Let's hope so. Okay, Brand. Honestly, you're very talented, but allow me to request you to speak English because I do not understand what you're saying. I know you're speaking Russian there. Yes, yes. I don't know. I know the language. I mean, I know Russian, but I cannot read or speak Russian. No. Um. Wait, Dragoon. Are you talking? Dragon. You're talking about who? Because that comment was like all of a sudden. I'm sorry, Dragon. I don't know because again, you could be talking about any giantess that I portrayed on my MMD animations. So I mean, it's super hard to come up with just one when I did so many. Okay, so I mean, yes, and honestly, I do think and agree with Rex because honestly, I should really be careful with uh gathering money or to get things done here because again, my priority should be most of keeping my laptop as healthy as possible. Well, at least trying to survive, trying to survive on this laptop, so I can get not a new laptop because honestly, I don't need a laptop anymore. I need a desktop because that's I see. But hold on, uh, Dragon. I think that's a real thing because if I'm not mistaken, we have a lot of characters in Marvel universe who has size. Yes, who has size powers. We're talking about Ant-Man. We're talking about Wasp. We're talking about uh Captain Marvel. We're talking about what's what's the other. I'm trying not okay, I don't. I know there. Thanos. We're talking Thanos because Thanos has a glove. He can manipulate reality. He can make himself big. So yeah, that is already another character who goes with that. We have that god who is devourer of worlds. What's the word? Oh come on, I can almost have him. It's it's something that sounds like galaxy because I know this guy is like that. And then if we go for DC Comics, well, we can just go for example, Poison Ivy in one of the animations. You actually see Poison Ivy becoming a giantess for the first time. So woohoo! And yes, I was talking about Galactic. Thank you so much, Cameron. Describe him. Uh, what do you think? What do you mean, Rex? I mean, you don't have to delete your message. It's okay. It's okay, Rex. I mean, it's totally fine. But hey, just express yourself. Come on, don't feel shy. Don't feel shy. Like the Amazons for DC. Okay. For DC, like the DC Comics, allow me to tell you, Dragon, I can tell you that the Amazons on the DC comic are not big at all. Like, super big. No, they're not like the Amazon, like, being 9 feet tall, which is really large for woman. But DC Comics does not have that. A good example of that is Wonder Woman. She's an Amazon. But look at her size. She's not that tall. I mean, she is even shorter. She's shorter than Superman, and Superman is kind of tall. So again, it's not like just the word does not mean like it's tall. Yes, Rex, but again, I'm just saying that these major universes, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, it's like, we're comparing two titans. We're comparing two titans. And oh my goodness, we have a lot of characters there. And I mean, if you say that neither of these universes uses size content, I would say, man, are you blind? Because nowadays they do a lot of things like that. But when it comes to episodes with full size content, they tend to be like, like this. Too short. Like, there are just some pieces, little bitsy, 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 bitsy of some scenes of growing and gigantic battles, but it's all just that. You don't see a full episode nowadays that has a giant from beginning to start, from start to finish. No, the only thing that you see that is actually that big is only like what, 5 minutes. And what I've seen so far in a lot of people watching those movies and stuff, they feel like, man, why didn't they do that? Simple. That's because of one thing. They don't want to get into the same territory as fetish. Yep, that's the problem. Because again, they can try to be a little, e like being a little tricksters, like being a little nasties over there, perverts maybe, a little like almost there, just to make people feel like you know really happy about them. But then there you go. They just decide to, you know what? You have like 5 minutes, and then cut everything down. And that's basically what happens with a lot of movies. But again, if you want to see some really fetish content from animations, look no further than Totally Spies. Look no further than Totally Spies. If you look at the entire series, you have everything, every bit of fetish that a lot of people love to see in those series. Giants, tinies, Hulk sized woman, like super muscle She Hulks, like those kind of super muscular. You have a lot of things that the characters have to deal with some really pervert villains. And if you can find anyone that beats that series when it comes to fetish fuel, well, I say good luck on that because I don't see anyone can stand up against those those creators. And trust me, that series was so heavily on that content that even now a lot of people enjoy to see that. And guess what? The people who did those series, who did those episodes, did not get charged for anything that I mean that could be like inappropriate for kids or for teens. Why is that? Because they used their brains. They were clever. Sly foxes. They managed to, escape being clever, trying to get the content, but in a way that can be, safe for others to view. That's what happens when happening. But again, it's all about being smart or being sly as a fox. um, yes, I won't be able to finish the comic. I'm really sorry, man, because again, I wanted to get that comic done to create a video to show you guys like how I did on the previous, to make you guys have some fun and enjoying it, like like being able to enjoy a comic, having some music, sounds, effects. I'm really good at that. And I try myself being a voice actor, but I mean, comparing to really good voice actors, there, I'm just an amateur. But anyways, that's just me. Of course, I have talents, but one of those is not voice acting. I can try, but I'm not that good. At least I'm be honest. Um, and and you know what? It's actually very funny being able. Thanks, Rex. But it's very funny to be able to to express yourself to others, because it feels like a ton is out of your head, like you have a weight that is out out of your chest, like that leaves out of your chest, and you feel like a lot more, you know, at peace. And you know what? I have to say, Cameron, I still am thinking, how can someone, and we're talking about that episode because you guys need to think about this. Okay, so we're talking about Mandy. In this episode, yes, he's going to grow into a giantess. And if you guys noticed, her behavior changes from becoming more wilder as bigger she got. The reason why is because of something. And what is that? It's called uh nanotechnology, son. Okay, so yeah. That's kind of crazy how they did that, but honestly, it is very possible. Why? Because again, despite being fictitious, it's not fictitious at all. Because nowadays, we can actually do that, except for the growth. That's completely different. But mind controlling, like changing the behavior of a person by using a chip, it is possible. The reason why is because our brain has tons of neurons, and those neurons produce electricity. If you look at it, the electricity that comes from our brains can interact with any chip. And in the episode, uh, her behavior is being manipulated by a ship, which, if we go for more mechanical ways, that little ship, which had a beacon, was sending nanoships. This means nano, like really tiny uh, uh, pieces of how to say how to say this in a way that you guys can understand. It was sending really tiny machines, which are called nano machines, which are capable of manipulating the mind because they have a way to control, to manipulate the energy produced by the neurons, which are all around our mind, our brain, and being able to use that to alter her behavior. Although not just that, but also, um, but it also affected her pituitary gland, and that gland is responsible for our growth, like getting someone taller. What's what happened is that chip not only affected her brain in a way that would affect her mind, like as if she was being mind controlled, but also affected the gland, giving her like the ability to grow beyond her limit. That's why it looked like that. Although it's kind of impossible. The reason why is because of our bones. And we have a good example of that. Our bones cannot hold on the weight of our body. For example, our body can expand like ooh, it's like an elastic. Our body is super elastic. It is really it is, but our bones does not have that elasticity, so they cannot support the heaviness of someone that is constantly growing and constantly getting bigger because our bones will not be able to accompany that kind of growth. That's why a lot of very tall people do end up later on being like this. Like they have to, like they need a support of a cane. The reason why is because of our backbone. Our backbone does not have the strength, just like our legs, does not have the strength to hold on against someone who can grow super large. But that's on the reality side. Now for the fictional one. Now that is kind of strange. How can someone being 15 feet tall, which is the first time you see her being super tall, I mean, no, actually, no. The first time you see her big and was already super tall was during the baseball match. If you look at her, that's what they say. They say that she's an Amazon. Okay, so according to the size that she's shown it in that picture, she's around what 8 feet tall, 9 feet tall. We're comparing her to almost the same size as the tallest man in the world, Robert Widlow. So yeah, we're is it impossible? No, because already someone existed being that big, and there are proof, and those proofs are photos and his own cloths. So it's not something that can be considered as fictional. That is something that, well, for us, we would be like, wow. But as the episode goes on, the second time you see her, she's like 15 feet tall. Okay, what's the problem with this size? Okay, how about this? First, no cloth will be able to resist being that big. Yeah, that's why she had a lot of her cloths ripped off. Yeah, that's a problem. And then there's the reason why whenever they grow large, they still have cloths on. Again, for kids, fox kids, censorships. Yep. Despite the fetish, they need to keep it safe for kids. Otherwise, we would see Mandy with no cloths, like completely nude, because again, cloths are not expandable. That's why parts of their cloths were kind of rip off whenever they grew. But if we would go like from the literal part, then both girls in the final battle would basically be fighting with no cloths. That would shock uh, kids, parents, and you know how parents are. Yeesh, super protective. So you have to think carefully. That's exactly what happened with my channel. I need to think carefully because I'm playing with something that, despite being fictional, it can be used against me. And that's exactly the reason why I don't like Copa. I don't like Copa because of this. Like, they don't understand the fictional word of giant. And they think that giant is nothing more than a fetish content. No, it is. It's not just a fetish content. People, like, for example, I'm not doing giant content for fetish. I'm doing that for entertainment. It's completely different. Because if you want to go for fetish, then there's a lot of other websites there who goes with that. I'm not into that, so that's why I keep my stuff as safe as possible. That's why I say no, the content is not for kids because I want others to see, but at the same time I don't ask YouTube to make plus 18 because there is no such thing inside my videos that allows my video to be considered as mature. Unfortunately, admins do not believe that. That's why they forcefully change some of my content there into mature when there's nothing that can be considered as such. Anyways, this is just my way of saying that no matter what series that has giants, no matter what, male, female, whatever, you have to be extremely careful because you cannot cross the barrier. And that's the same thing for DC Comics, that's the same thing for Marvel Comics. They need to be extremely careful when they go for size contents to not cross the barrier. And what is that barrier? Is the barrier that goes from between entertainment to complete fetish. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the reason why I keep my contents, and I mean all of them with no exception, all of them as entertainment because I don't want my the YouTube channel that I created, for you guys to enjoy and to support and to see more stuff that I'm working on, um, to be taken down because of someone thinks that all of my stuff is just fetish when in fact it's not. You guys can see all the content there, and you'll see that there is not a single trace that can be considered as fetish. I mean, probably the first ones back in the day, but then I began to be extremely more careful with that because again, I don't want to have trouble with the admins, nor I do want to have trouble with Copa because despite they do that for what's best for the kids, I think that they should at least respect what the kids want. Because again, we content creators, we are not responsible for what the kids choose to see because we are only responsible for the artworks that we use, that we do, that we create and share with people. And Copa and YouTube needs they need to know that we do our stuff for fun and for fun only, like entertainment to entertain anyone with no exceptions. And as long as they understand that, cool. We're cool. If they don't understand, well, it's not my problem. It's their problem because they need to understand. Because kids, I mean, who hasn't been who hasn't been a kid before 2000, and when they see the computers and then the internet came in, who wasn't a kid or a teenager who while going into the internet suddenly being caught by size content. I mean, I was caught when I was a kid, and it's not by the internet. I was caught with size content because of the television, and there were old animations and cartoons who had size content like growth, shrinking, and so on. So hey, at least Copa should understand this because we all do. Even Rex says, "I understand." Well, I do understand too. I just want for YouTube and Copa to understand this, that we are not responsible for the kids. We're not their parents. We're not their parents. Yet we do make sure that our content is safe, not just for the kids, but also for our supporters. Why? Because we don't want our supporters and the people who are sharing us, which may not be supporters, but they can be anyone else, like anonymous. But at least they'll be there to see our content and not being blocked by Copa or the admins just because they think that it's not safe for kids. But hey, not everyone who watches that is a kid. It can be a teenager. It can be a teenager. And I mean when I mean teenager can be around 15, 16. And Copa still protects those. Wonderful. Like, okay, you guys know that in Portugal, if you don't know, but allow me to tell you, in Portugal, any any teenager from 14 to 17, what did they do? They stand up for themselves. There you go. You have a rebellion generation, which are teenagers. That's how they do. And Copa, please, you got to be more careful and more mindful because the teenagers aren't going to look at you and say, okay, we understand. No. They're basically going to say, well, we do understand what you're saying, but we're not gonna follow you. Okay, I would say another word, but because I'm doing a stream, I need to be careful with the words again. But you guys understand what I'm saying because teenagers are like that. They have that rebellious spirit, but trust me, that rebellious spirit is not that bad. It's not that bad. It's good. It's good. Being controlled, of course, it's good. But it's thanks to that spirit that gives them like the willing of being able to see whatever they want without having their parents constantly saying, "Oh, you can't see this. Oh, you can't see that. Oh, you know." Please, man, please. As we get older, we have to step up, take responsibilities, take actions for ourselves. That's what I do. That's what I try to tell with everyone. And I do my content because I understand, for my believing only, is that giants are not heartless. They're capable of caring, they're capable of protecting, and they're capable of living with those that are way smaller than them. Against the majority thinking of big companies who think of giants and nothing more as monsters or basically supervillains. And there is at least one or two that mix a giant into a protagonist and being a good guy, a superhero. But that's rare. Sadly, that's rare. But again, that's their choice because they cannot force me to change what I've been doing so far. Because that's the same thing as taking freedom of others. So it's the same thing for teens and for kids. We cannot control them to a point that they will no longer have freedom. We cannot do that. So, of course, we can suggest, that's what COPA should do, suggesting the parents to educate their kids and let them, once they get into teenagehood, to choose what they want. That's how it should be. And not forcing size content creators like myself and others to be like, to have our the rope on our necks just because they think that we need to make things only for kids or only for mature content, and not both. So yeah, I hope that that Copa and the YouTube admins understand this, because all we do is just for fun. I've seen a lot of people doing that for fetish, but that's their choice. But for me, and for the people that I know of who goes into size content, they do that for fun, and they do that for people to have fun. And the last thing that we want is to have Copa and the YouTube admins to destroy everything that we fought so hard to do. I am one of the few MMD animators who has been here and has been able to survive way before AZ maybe 9 came in. And I was able to stand up with this channel against all attempts from the YouTube admins to cancel my to terminate my channel completely. Just like how they did with Tiny Sonics, that's what they did with a lot of others like Assess, Who, or Cyro UT. All those people who left from YouTube and never came back, except for Sayuti who came back but then got blocked by YouTube because again of the same thing with Copa preventing the creators to have fun and to make others having fun. Really sad, but anyways, what can we do? They have the cheese and the bread, and we have the money, and they want money, and we want the cheese and the bread, so we have to give them money. That's basically it. That's basically it. And sadly, a lot of people right now, thank goodness, YouTube is no longer like that cruel back in the day. But I mean, I really hope that they at least listen to the creators, not me, because I mean, despite having so many supporters, I'm still small compared to so many others. And even if I'm a big creator, I still compare myself as a small because I'm humble. I don't I don't want to be a proudful person. Yes, I do take some credit for the stuff that I do. Yes, but I feel a lot better having you guys enjoy what I do than to have all the credit for myself. I don't do that. I prefer you guys having fun, and that's what I'm trying to say for Copa and for YouTube, to at least give a chance to listen to the size content creators. And I mean, if they want to hear someone, why not try AZ Maybe 9? He's a very good one. He's a very good example of that. And he's not the only one. There's a lot of others, but he's a big one. And YouTube should listen to those to those creators because what they think is basically what we think. And we think that YouTube and Copa are not giving freedom to the content creators, and they're not giving freedom for teens and kids to decide what they want to see. Because again, you cannot control a kid forever. You cannot control a teen forever. This kind of trying to control is going to turn bad, and it's going to turn against them. So I think they should really, you know, at least listen to the size content creators, at least, and stop being so stubborn, please, because that would make a lot of people, not just the people watching this stream, but also people watching other people's other size content creators, a lot happier and a lot proud of YouTube, because YouTube back in the days was supposed to be a huge community where a lot of people could share their own potential, like their own works, without being forced to be restricted by nowadays YouTube rules, which are now reinforced with, I mean, now, as in for a while, reinforced by Copa. So yeah. So with that being said, I just want them to understand that we cannot stand idly by and let them have what they want. But at the same time, we cannot revolt ourselves against them, because if YouTube ceases to exist, then everybody who has a YouTube account or a YouTube channel is going down with it. And it's not just me, like everybody. PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, all the big YouTubers out there. If YouTube goes down, everyone with no exception will go down with it. We just want for YouTube to continue to be the website that was always meant to be, to share diversity, respect diversity. That's what YouTube should always follow. That's the main rule that that YouTube followed ever since YouTube was created. And that's the reason why that I thank YouTube from the start, because it's thanks to YouTube that I became a YouTuber, that I have been able to meet with you guys, that I've been able to post my stuff in here, that YouTube for a bit now managed to understand that my content is made by myself, and I am a content creator and not someone who's picking stuff up from others. Nowadays, I don't do that. I do stuff all out of my hard work and out of my inspiration, because my inspiration comes from all of the great support that you guys give me. And that's why I push myself harder in any single animation that I post on YouTube, because I want you guys to enjoy those animations at the fullest. And that's my primary objective. when it comes to the channel. To give my best to be uh, so that the channel can be more entertaining for everyone, with no exception. Okay, there. I think that's. I'm really sorry for the big speech, but anyways, I had to say it because you cannot stay silent. You cannot stay silent and let YouTube destroy the freedom of both kids, teens, and any creator who wishes to open a channel on YouTube. That's why whenever I can, I want to share the link of some YouTube creators who are small but they do cool stuff. Why? Because I started from the bottom as well. And that's always good. You should know that you start from the bottom and that what you receive from others, you should give away. Like give the same support to other people who are still on the bottom because YouTube is all about sharing. And as we know so well, there's an old saying that says sharing is caring. And that's exactly what I do. Sharing is caring. Anyways, um I will be posting the sketch that I showed on this stream on the community chat so that you guys can see. And I hope you enjoyed because oof, you're welcome, Rex. But again, this is only my way. This is only how I think about things. You see, this is not what I'm saying is just my point of view. I understand people who don't share the same point of view because that's what freedom is all about. Because diversity is all about that. Like, I understand people who support me and I understand people who don't support me. But as long as there is respect, like respecting without, for example, acting like that guy who came here and called me that word. I won't say the word because, again, um, that is an insult for me. That is an insult because I know people who are like that, but I know that there are a lot more human, like a lot more respectful than that guy. So I hope that he understands the mistake that he did. Even if he apologized, sure thing. I accept the apology because we all do mistakes, but we also should learn from our mistakes. Or at least I try to do that. Because again, humans learn by their mistakes. Or at least that's what I want to think about. But that's only my point of view. And my speech is only about that. It shares my point of view about stuff because I feel like people, and I mean people who are responsible of maintaining YouTube, they need to know that we do not mean to take down YouTube. Why? Because we care about YouTube. YouTube is essential for everyone with no exception. Why? Because YouTube is like the one of the biggest communities ever, like on pair with Google. It belongs to Google, yes, but it's on pair because we have people sharing their stuff at every hour, 24/7. But they're doing that because of one thing. They want people to know what they're capable of. And it's a great way because it will help not only boost the channel that they have, but also be able to boost their motivation. Because if you don't receive any support, you hardly will get any motivation to do what you're capable of. Because honestly, motivation is not like a battery. I hate when people say that. And allow me to give you my point of view when it comes to motivation. Motivation is like this. It's like a force, an invisible force that you feel inside you. It's like the wind. You feel on your skin, but you cannot see it. It's the same as motivation. It's a force that comes inside you. Whenever you look at a picture, whenever you listen to a music that you like, whenever you see a video, an animation, or a live stream that you enjoy so much, you feel that energy. And as a creator, you look at that and you get inspired. That inspiration gives you that strength called motivation. And that motivation is that energy that comes from your head, that comes from your heart. And guess what? It gives you so much power that you can actually do like content like 7 hours straight without getting one moment of tiredness. Like you cannot feel exhaustion while you feel motivation. I understand that because I do felt that kind of energy. Whenever I do those animations to which you guys are so amazed of. But trust me, that's all about motivation. Because you guys, your support, your comments and everything gave me that motivation. That support gave me that strength that I cannot describe by myself because it's invisible. But the moment you and you use it on anything that you're capable of, my gosh, at the end of the day, you may be exhausted. But at the end of the day, you feel like you did the best thing you could ever do, that you could ever come up with on that exact moment. And that's how I feel whenever I do anything, not just for me, but for you guys, because I'm not selfish and I always love to do content for others. And I do that without thinking of money because I don't think about money. First of all, I think about entertainment, I think about having fun over getting money. Sure thing, we need money to live, which is natural, but it makes things a lot a lot funnier and a lot better when you think about entertainment for yourself and for others over cash, because cash cannot buy happiness. Cash cannot buy happiness. That's a massive lesson for everybody. So, yeah, that's why I say that motivation is like one of the biggest keys that you'll need, like one of the biggest things that you need in order to be a creator. Because, of course, you need creativity, you need imagination, yes, but most of all, you need motivation. You need people who can support you. Because that force does not come with the batteries. For example, I did two animations in my channel, which I felt like being extremely exhausted at the end of the day. And those animations was one that was that colossal growth of Rockwell. Trust me, I did that while I was exhausted, but I didn't feel like I was exhausted at all. And that was awesome. I spent like 8 hours straight. 8 hours straight, boys. 8 hours straight. That's not a joke. That's 8 hours straight each day for that animation. Imagine what's that? Without eating, without drinking, and just doing animation. That's crazy. But trust me, That's what happens when you have motivation. You basically feel like so strong that whew, you basically don't know that you need to drink or to eat. And when that energy is all out, like is all gone, you feel so exhausted. Like it's a force that I cannot describe as in with words, but I can describe with action because motivation is like that. It's a force that compels you to act. And when you act, you feel like you're not exhausted at all. I'm not making this up, Rex. I'm not making this up. How did I do? Well, good question. Good question. Good question. But I can tell you that those 8 hours were basically during nighttime. So you may think like I basically spent like how many days now? Like 4 days on that animation. 4 days without sleeping a night. Yes, I stayed those 8 hours awake during the night in order to make that animation. Not lying. That's why I'm telling you the truth because I felt motivated to do that. And even nowadays, I feel like being almost impossible for me to do that again. Because honestly, I don't want to get that crazy. But again, that's what happens when you're a bit younger, and well, when you want to do something for others so badly that you basically forget about eating or drinking. Thankfully nowadays I don't think like that. Oof, thank goodness. But still, ooh, it's kind of crazy. But trust me, it's a good one. It's a good crazy. Aw, thanks, man. Thanks, Rex. But I know, I'm amazed because I'm amazing. I know. But I don't want to take too much pride on it because again, I want to keep myself as humble as possible. Because it's always great for you to feel humble, to be true about yourself, even if sometimes you go crazy with the doing stuff. But again, I do stuff for you guys, so some of those stuffs are kind of crazy, like that animation. As I said, that was one of the craziness, but it turned out to be so cool in a very funny way. But again, I never felt bad about it. Of course, it took me like a couple of days to do that. But again, with those many hours without drinking or eating, because I whenever I go for animation, I go like super focused, like this. If you guys see, I never blink. It's true. I never blink when I'm working on animation. I go for my laptop like this, and I barely blink with 8 hours straight. That's why I wear glasses. That's why I wear glasses. Because it's not because of my like I don't lose sight of like my eyes. Like I can see far, I can see close. It's not about that. It's because my eyes are tired because of that. Because I stay on the laptop for multiple hours, for more than just 2 hours, way more. And And I'm so used to this that I barely don't feel I get thirsty or hungry. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I never feel thirsty or hungry while doing stuff. And that's one truth about the animations that I did on my YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah. Even if I don't show that on the streams whenever I talk to you guys. So this is a major revelation. But it's also a very true one, like accurate one, because again, it's thanks to those foolishness that I'm forced to wear glasses, and these glasses are like the lens are capable of reducing the radiation from the laptop for multiple hours. That's why I use these glasses with this lens that allows my eyes to not feel too tired when being like over 4 hours of my laptop. And I spend much more than just 8 hours on my laptop nowadays. I used to spend like 4 to 6 hours, but nowadays I spend much more than that because the confinement, and that's the just it. But I'm not. But honestly, I don't regret at all what I did so far. And if my craziness of doing animation by going on my laptop for more than just 6 8 hours straight, I don't regret that. Honestly, I don't regret that at all because I feel a lot better when you guys come at the comments and say, "Wow, awesome! Please do that part two, do that part three." I mean, I really like whenever you guys are saying that. But honestly, it's not that I don't want to do them. But again, my laptop as it is, it's on. It's not gonna last long. If I go for 3D and force my laptop to work on 3D, when it's already on its last legs. So that's why I said that I need to go on Yatos, but only for MMD. And if you guys want, I can go um, for the digital artwork and have some fun there, sharing with you guys my drawing skills because they're really good. They're really good, as you guys saw before, and and that's basically it. I'll be doing that if you guys want. And if you guys have enjoyed and want to see more until I get enough money to get a new stuff and get back into the 3D animation that you guys love so much and want to see more, until I get a new equipment that can go back into that schedule, I have to go on Yatos for MMD. So yeah, I hope you guys understand about that. And well, that's all for my speech. So if you guys want to say something, please do so, because right now I'm just going to let you guys say something on the comment chat. Also, I almost forgot about something. I want to tell you that right now I've been doing streams, yes, but not about MMD. It's about digital artworks on my Discord channel, and so far so great. And I haven't noticed a single lag or crash from my laptop whenever I was doing streams on Discord. So just to let you guys know, it's really incredible. Um, the only downside to that is on Discord does not allow the share of music because well, it can only share the voice of a person, or well, it can share also music, but I don't know how to enable that option. But the people who watch me on Discord and has been there for quite a while, um, have enjoyed the streams as I'm uh, drawing in real time, and people are seeing how it looks like. So yeah, I think that if you guys want to see like how it looks like on Discord, I can easily send the link there, like the link on the community chat, and let you guys know so that if you're interested, you can join in on the Discord channel, and then having some fun there. And why not um, enjoy whatever content I do place there, but mostly it's just digital art. So, with that being said, it has been like almost 2 hours on stream, which means it's already close to the limit because I'm not allowed to stream more than just 2 hours, sadly. So I thank you so much for your time. I thank you so much for the chat time. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for caring about my current situation. And most of all, what I care the most is not my laptop. It's not my content, but it's your health, you guys. Because more importantly than my content is the people who are seeing my videos, who are seeing my channel or the channel that I created, who are seeing basically anything that has to do with whatever I place on YouTube or outside of YouTube, whether it's on my Twitter or on the Discord channel. As long as you guys are safe, that's all that matters nowadays. Because content can only be created when you have people who are with you and be able to see it. That's one thing that no disease in the entire world will ever take it down. And that's how I'm going to finish this stream. So thank you so much, Rex. Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you so much, Dino King. Thank you so much, Ragoon. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for all the others who have been here. Um, and yes, Cameron, I'm going to check it out. Don't worry, I'm going to check it out, okay? Calm down. Calm down. And I want you all to know that even if I'm going on hiatus for MMD, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to still be able to create content. No, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to create content, although not with MMD, because again, my laptop does not allow me to do that. Of course, it's not going to be just games, because yes, I love games, I love to play games, and I love for you guys to enjoy uh, the game that I love to play. But again, I prefer doing digital artworks over playing games. I just play games just to relax myself. But yeah, um, it's okay, Cameron. Peace, peace, Cameron. Ah, this guy is so funny. Oh my goodness, this guy is so funny. Uh, I'm sorry. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and until next time, peace. Take care, and as usual, stay safe, boys and girls. See ya!